So remember not to, when you roll, again, tendency that I still see is to rush to get somewhere. Remember the movements themselves are again, the means is the end. Okay? So don't try to rush, because when you rush and do it fast, your positions start to deteriorate. Okay? Okay, so we're going to start the line from the very beginning. Okay? You can move around so you can see better. Okay? Yeah, if you want to move to the side and see, yeah. Please, because we don't need a lot of room to do that. Okay, so first thing we're going to introduce is a triangle. The triangle shape is the most important shape in the channel because of what it does. Okay, so we have a vertical line and a horizontal line. From that, you get a triangle. So from the very beginning, we want to get into a training stance. So your feet together like this. Your heels lined up. A horizontal line. Okay. And there's 3 steps. The first one we call lift. Okay. That's right. Yeah. Sink by bending the knees. Open. This. Close. Okay, you see how my heels are out to form the triangle. Okay, so you want to be using this one. Okay.
Yeah, right. So it doesn't necessarily.
I'm missing you, so I'm going to move you back here a little bit. Camera. Okay, so step back a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. So lift. Okay, first, so you relax. Keep your hands by your side. Relax, okay? And then just lift.
Just rest it until it's
yeah, right there. Okay, relax your shoulders. Okay. Okay, first one. 1, 2. Okay, both legs. Right. As you bend, you want to push your hips out. Right. So you like this. Second, third. Yeah. Right. Okay. So the too much tension on your back, lower back. Push the hips out forward. Like so. Okay. Right. And then you want to spread your feet out the other way. First go back to feet together and hips out. Yeah, hips out. Good. And spread the feet and then close them. Perfect. 2 years ago. Okay. Now, if you measure the inside distance from heel to heel, it should be about approximately the width of your shoulders. Okay. So when you're here, again, this is you don't want to be like that. You want to push. There you go. Okay. So you're leaning back, but not to the point you're tipping back. Right. This is very different from the male created martial arts, which tend to be a horse stance. And their butt is sticking out like this. Okay. So when you do this, you feel a lot of pressure on your lumbar area. So to relieve that pressure, just push the hips forward. It's the most comfortable, and you can slightly slouch it. Okay. So you concave the chest, relax the shoulders, keep the hips out, and clench your thighs. As if there's like an exercise ball between your knees. If you get on clenching, you get the front fall. There's a lot more push out a little more. And sink down, just protect. There you go. This is very uncomfortable. Yes. In the beginning. And it's still your feet is a little bit too narrow. A little bit. So when you, let's go back one more time, okay? Lift. Your sink. Hips already out. Exactly. Yeah, so your upper body should be like this. There you go. Okay? Open it a little wider. A little wider. Yes, now. Yeah, there you go. Now, that's it. Now you feel very stable because you just turn the body into a pyramid. Pyramid is very big base. You have a very broad base and a tiny top, which makes the object very stable, very hard to topple. So basically, your triangle shape, which is like a pyramid, is your basic shape. Okay? So this is what we call main stance, or training stance, the main stance. Or sometimes it's called main body. Okay? So this is how your body is formed. Okay? From here, you want to locate your center line. The center line, what you do is you want to divide your body into two equal halves. By drawing a line right in the center of your body. So you have left half and the right half. It's like someone draw a line from the top of your head all the way down into your body. Okay, that's the center axis of your body, and then you push that line into a plane. See, first it comes into your body, goes into your body as a line, right? Then you extend the line forward and backwards into a plane, like a piece of glass, dividing the body into two equal halves. Okay. So locate that center line, which is right in the middle. So the principle is very simple. When you defend against attacks, you are defending your center line. When you attack your opponent, you are attacking his center line. So this is why concepts are important. So you're not dealing with techniques. Someone does this, I do that. So all your movements when it comes to defense is all about protecting center line. Okay, so knowing that makes things much easier because you're not trying to say, he throws a hook, I need to throw a technique to deal with that. Okay? But it doesn't matter what he does. So if we look at the human body from a bird's eye view, it's like this, right? This is your head and this is your body, right? Bird's eye view. So
which one is
the center line?
There's this one, but it's
because if your opponent is in front of you,
so let's add like
this is your center line. If he moves over here, your center line is behind. If it's here, your center line is here. If it's here, you see, it all depends on your point of view. Sure. Okay. So it's not always here as a lot of other Wing Chun people think. It's not always here. Okay. Because they believe the center line is always here, they develop a training concept called facing and chasing. Okay. So if I'm in front of you, basically this is a traditional Wing Chun stance, right? Very narrow like this. Okay. So if I'm facing you, center right here. If you move to her position, I move. See, it's always facing. Doesn't matter. If she moves over there, and I move again.
So that's one.
So my center line is always pointing at me. That is good, but it's time consuming. Because you don't have to reposition your body in order to defend or attack. If they have looked deeper into the form, you'll realize that the form teaches how to change center line. Now, for example, there's a movement in the second form, like this. Okay, the center line right here, right? Obviously, my opponent is over there. That's why you do things like this, right? Okay. So again, this is I'm not saying anything more about this. Just people need to look at form, okay? And not just the obvious, but go deeper. Okay, so that's why the second form, every form teaches us something.
Piecing it together.
First and foremost, the first form is about center line.
So if you
the joints, energy marshals, all that. The second form is about movements, okay, and your perspective. So these are things that needs to be given and to students to learn in order to understand the form.
Exactly.
On a deeper level. Okay, anyway, I won't get into that. Okay, so again, we are, since we don't move and we assume my opponent's in front of me, therefore my center is right here. Okay? Good. Okay. So we have the first concept is the triangle or the pyramid.
So if I do that,
Second concept is the center line.
around to look at
Your center line changes. Center line is a concept, not a principle. Principles don't change. Concepts are fluid. Okay, so and then the third concept is it's called four corners. Okay. If I put my upper body from the growing up to the top of my head into a box, okay, then it makes defense much easier.
that's where we were.
So, for example, okay, this is the box. Okay. I'm putting my body in this box. My head, my shoulders, and my chest, and my groin. Okay, now you have a center line right here. Then that's a vertical line. Then you make imaginary. You make two more imaginary straight lines. Shoulder and your shoulders. And then down here a little bit, is your horizontal line, and horizontal line. So you have 3 vertical lines and 3 horizontal lines. By using these vertical and horizontal lines, we have corners. Right? So we have 4 boxes of equal size. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the areas we defend. Anything outside anything outside the box, you don't care because it's not going to get to you, right? So because we have to remember the characteristics of the chant is simple, efficient, and direct. We don't do anything we don't have to. If I can accomplish a goal by using one movement, I don't do 2. If I can accomplish by doing 2 movements, I don't do 3. Because the more you do, the more complicated it is and the more energy you spend. So that's our goal. By doing putting your upper body into this box, you have 4 areas you cover. Do you remember? You may be too young to remember the movie Karate Kid, not the new one, but Jackie Chan. Okay, but something that's shot by Ralph Macchio back in the 80s. No, remember the Mr. Miyagi? You were saying wax on, wax off. It's exactly the same principle. Your arms, when you're defending, is like windshield wipers. Okay, so think about this. These are your windshield. Okay, again. I'm sorry, my apology. The most important principle that we love too is that's the yin and yang. Okay. Everything in this world that we live in has 2 sides. Man, women, up, down, left, right, front, back, forward, backwards, attack, defend. So you have left, you have right. One concept of defending is using your left side to defend your left box, left upper box and left lower box. Use your right side with your right arm to defend your right box, upper and lower box. Okay? And this is what we are concerned about, right? The center line. So anything you do needs to go.
Yeah, like what's the top hand or bottom hand?
If you use, depending on where your arms are located. If your arms are located to the side,
Okay.
you want to go slightly over the center line.
Alright, now from here. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to throw too many concepts at you, but this is the most important concept. Is the line cutting
Something
something.
else to repeat.
Okay. Right, it's a recording show. In case you don't remember. But I do also recommend bringing a notebook. So you can stop, write it down. Okay. So you look back. Line cutting concept. When you move your arms and legs, you are creating lines. Those lines are trace lines that you don't see, but you can. But if you have one of those light sticks, right? So you can see the lines temporarily appear when you move your arm very quickly in the air, right? At night, right? So those are the lines that you're creating every time you move your arms and legs. And because the big brother, I call him the big brother, yin and yang symbol, the laws of yin and yang is two sides, the duality. And because of that, we understand, we realize there are only two kinds of lines in this world: straight and curved. Okay, that's it. Any other lines are variations. Zigzag is a straight line, with different, short strokes of straight line. Okay, half circle, quarter circle. Okay, those are all part of the curved line. Can have a full circle, or a quarter circle, half circle, and three-quarter circle. They're all part of that circular line. So when someone attacks you, either with his arms or legs, he's creating a line, whether he realizes it or not. You have a question?
Yeah, I'm trying to piece together what we were working on Saturday to
Okay.
work with him.
It's
It's just not coming together.
Yeah.
It was in the transitions, or from the transitions, proactive
Did
reaction.
you get a chance to look at the video?
I didn't see that I received it.
Oh, that's,
Did you send it?
yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I'll send it again.
I'll double check, yeah, because I didn't.
Okay. We were working on top hand, bottom hand,
Mhm.
top hand.
I'm lost.
Okay.
So we're doing transitions and we kept ending up doing some locks
Right,
out.
we were from Lost. So we stayed away from Lost out. We weren't working.
No, we were not working
No,
on
no.
it.
So
Yeah,
it was based on the transition.
right. Okay, the transition, okay, all right. Everything is based on the yin and yang, right? As I transition, I initiate, I have the opportunity to attack and control. It's all about those two things. Okay? Controlling is a aggressive form of defending, right? Because you have a weapon here, and you can use a weapon to attack me. When you attack me and I defend, that's a kind of like a reactionary. But I want to make sure this weapon doesn't come to attack me. I control it to take away the function, right? So here, remember, I can do that, right?
Right.
Okay. I can also attack, right? Yeah, I can also attack. From here, I can attack. Sure. Okay. That's from him as well. If I go here, you can
Right.
Okay.
you control, right?
Okay.
Because it's too single. Right? I can control this way. I can control as you come up.
Okay.
So as I go into bomb cell, it's right there.
Yeah, we had this. I don't know why I thought it was, I don't know, this is what we were just working on. So,
Yeah, it's just a combination.
that could have been it.
We were not doing anything different other than trying to do combinations now. Okay. You can either use the same arm to do 2 or 3 movements. That would be a repeating concept. Or you can use the other arm to become a switch. You start by using the left. You end up using the right. Right? So right here, right? See?
That's
That's right.
Yeah.
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 Because I'm controlling hand,
Yeah.
either open like this, or
Right.
right?
If we come in with this, it'll switch.
Right.
Depending on what I.
Yeah. So if I'm just doing here,
Sure.
okay. So it depends on his reaction.
Okay.
Okay.
But you know the roots. The roots are just basically either you add this or you change, right? Yin and yang, right? As this, I can control as your elbow comes down, or as your elbow goes up, right? And I know if I wanted to control your elbow as you go up, it works better with a stick, because now I have an angle. Otherwise, my arm has to go all the way out to do it, right? So that's as is. Same thing with him. He's underneath. He can also control by using Hansao or Lansao or Lansao in a closed section.
Oh, and the, yes.
Lansao has two versions, right? Right. You can go from Hansao. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Yeah.
Correct.
But that's not wrong. Okay. So you can go from Hansao to Lansao. Hansao to Lansao.
Right.
Right. So this is pure controlling.
Correct.
Then you start thinking, I'm on top. I can attack. When you're on the bottom, same thing. You can attack. And you can also attack. If you notice, they're identical. Okay.
Yeah.
It's intentions, right?
Yeah.
So this is very obvious from the bottom. Hansao, Wangsao. Hansao, your intentions change. Your intentions drive your actions into an attack. Wangsao, into an attack, which is Fuksao. Okay. So you go back. Hansao, control. Lansao, control. Lansao, control. 3, right? Okay, no. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And that's how simple it is.
Yeah.
Right? And again, these are not techniques, by the way. It's about concepts. As we get deeper into the system, actually, in the very first form, we're taught to look at our joints, the joints, wrist, elbow, and shoulders. Okay. So here, I'm using my wrist. Here, I'm using my forearm. Okay. And then this one, I'm using my elbow. Same thing, right? Controlling his wrist, controlling his elbow, controlling his elbow, controlling his elbow, or controlling his elbow this way. This is why Qisao is the beginning of grappling. Right? Yeah, this is very, it speaks to those people who are doing no gi grappling. Okay. I'm sure when you're doing BJJ, you're doing gi, which means this lapel and sleeve. Okay. But for no gi, you have nothing to hold on. His arm. See, I'm saying Qisao is the beginning of grappling.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
because if I want to do a body lock, I'm going to do this, right? Otherwise, he's going to put his elbow on me as I go in. You know, so it's very meaningful for people like us who want to be open-minded. We don't discard anything. You know, we say, well, there's a reason why. Then you look at other art. Oh, that's exactly what we're doing. That's what it's intended. Okay. So from the top, you can attack, right? From the bottom, you can also attack, right? Top, right? Here, here,
Apart from the bottom.
here, and right. Exactly. Okay? So that's as is. Then you say, what's the other side of yin and yang? Change. As is, you're not changing. Then you change. Either you don't change or change, right? So you say, if I can attack when I'm not changing, I can attack while I'm changing.
Right.
If I can control without changing, I can change. I can control when changing. Right? So this is what comes, right? I'm going to change. Change right there. Or change this way. Change. Remember, boss, it depends, right? That's all you. That's so simple, right? I am in Bangsao, right? Right? So I'm in bounce out. I'm going to turn to tans out. Right? Right? So I go from bounce out to tans out. It's attacking. If I'm saying I'm going to go bounce out to tans out, controlling will be bounce out and tans out.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, because when you control, you're paving the way for this guy.
Right.
Right? So if we do both hands, okay, one, right? Or like this. As I come in, of course, I'm going to go this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And tons.
Right.
Okay? Right? Same thing. My hand on the bottom. When he changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I can control. Right? See, now see, he initiates, I can change.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
Same thing, right? So as you change, okay? Now if you come in, you can come into,
Yeah. Exactly.
there's a possibility, right? Either he does this or he does this, right? There's only,
Right.
right? Because he,
Right.
we already know the results. That's the beauty. We don't have to predict. We just say he's either attacking with his elbow down or his elbow up. Just yin and yang, okay? Okay? All right, so from here, let's do single hand, okay? So as you come down, right? Okay, he's either attacking me with this, so when you come down, turn to a tansa. And I know from practicing, I can control his tansa anytime. So whether the tansa is neutral energy or aggressive energy, it is nonetheless a tansa. If I know how to control tansa, I know I can recognize the tansa whenever, right?
Right.
It's a tansa right there, okay? So you know. But if you just go into a bounce out, then I control the elbow. Okay? If he does this, then I control the elbow.
Right.
All right? So again, to re-emphasize the fact that there are no indefensible techniques. Everything anybody can do, you have an answer. Because he's a human just like you. There's nothing he can do that will surprise you. And the best laboratory is Qi-Sao. Qi-Sao allows you to experience all kinds of shapes of and understand how to deal with those shapes. First proactively, right? And then reactionary.
Exactly.
Okay. But energy, the sensitivity takes you much farther than this. Then you start to think, okay, if I do something, someone's going to defend against that because we were taught to guard our center line. So he's going to guard his center line very jealously. Anything that comes in, he's going to move away. So this is the concept. This is my center line. This is what we're doing main body, okay? Anything comes in is, when he does this, he's cutting my center line, which is, I was about to mention to you. Oh, you should just knock on the. I got you.
I don't want to let all the cold air in.
That's true. That's true. Trying to think.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Okay. So very quickly, then I'm going to get you guys down. So come here and take a look. Right. So again, I'm repeating myself. Anytime someone attacks you either with arms or legs, he's going to create a line. Okay. So in this case, see, the line is this. It's a straight line downward. Okay. So when he's cutting my line, I want to make sure the line is not cut by him. So I simply push slightly away. That's all I need. I don't need to push him this way because that way I'm at a disadvantage. Now at this big opening here, he just comes back or use the other hand. Okay. So all I want to do is, when he comes in, I just want to move his head just a little bit, see? That's all you need. You don't want someone to miss you by a mile. You just want him to miss you by a nano-inch. Because whether by a tenth of an inch or a mile, he still misses you, right? So that's a simple, efficient, direct concept of what we do. So as it comes in, right? See, I'm just moving slightly away, not overdoing it. Okay, that's a tendency for people to move like this. To us, it's outside the box. We don't need to. Everything can stay in the box for efficiency purposes because, well, we're not concerned about anything that's outside the box because my body's inside. Okay, he can't touch my body if he moves outside the box. All right, and we're concerned about center line, so we just don't move. Okay, so what I'm doing is when he comes in, I'm using a straight line too. Right? See, his straight line, my straight line. I'm just pushing. That's it. Okay. So that's what we're talking about. Yeah, we're sidetracked. Okay.
Transition.
Right. So the transition becomes an opportunity. Okay? Especially when you start moving forward, which gives you that triangle. Makes the attacks more efficient. Okay? So you can defend, you can attack, you can control if you initiate the change, the transition. You can also attack and control when you are responding to the change. Okay, you missed that part, so very quickly. Okay? If I initiate a change, I can turn that change, which is a transition, into control. I can also turn that that change into an attack. I know what I was about to mention is the future fighter concept, okay? Because you know he's protecting his body. Anything that goes towards his body, he's going to try to move away, move that on the way. And that energy is what you use against him, all right? So I'm on top, all right? And I'm attacking, he's gonna push. Then you change. Well, because time's up, all right? When one shape fails, you go to the next shape. There are only those two shapes, which makes the learning so much easier. So I'm coming in, I open him up, the center is right here. I see the target. Here's the line, I'm cutting the line right here, okay? Right here, right? He's coming in and it's pushing, right? It's pushing towards my center line because that's the most efficient way. Rather than trying to move my arm away, he just directs it towards me. And I use the line saw. See, tan saw, line saw. Now here, right? Here's my line, right? Okay? So as I go in, he's gonna turn into a tan saw. You never fight with the energy. You just, if he wants to go there, you not only you don't oppose, you escort. You escort a departing hand. Remember? That's what it is, right? Stay what comes, which is speaking. Escort the departing hand. Energy is going that way, you escort that way. Okay. So if I push and he's pushing this way, I'll turn that way. Right? Now if I come in and he's going that way, I let him go. He's not coming in, right? I let him go. You don't oppose, because that's not the woman's way. Okay? No offense, but unless a woman goes to the gym and really lift heavy, to, become very strong, a woman the same size as me, I'm going to be stronger, because that's how the bodies, human bodies. All right. Men are by nature physically stronger, upper body wise. Okay. Lower body, women, well, for a very good reason, because the plumbing is different. You have to bear children, so you're bottom heavy, whereas guys are top heavy. Okay, again, we're talking about triangles, right? This is women, this is men. Okay. So to prevent this from happening, you open your legs to make that base, the triangle base, bigger, more stable. Okay. So that's why women can stand like this. This is the original way. We modify to suit men. Okay. But we still have the concept of not clashing with his energy. If he's stronger and I oppose him, I'm going to lose. Okay? So rather than opposing, you yield. There's no need. If he's stronger, he's going to win. Most likely, a weaker man is not likely to challenge me. I mean, right? Somebody who's smaller is not going to challenge me. I mean, unless he has a gun, right? Which is different. But bigger guys tend to say, hey, you're a little guy, I can push you around. That mentality, okay? So most likely someone who challenges you will be physically stronger or bigger. So with that in mind, we don't oppose. Okay? Okay? All right, very good. Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, I think I remember what we do Saturday. Doing the change, you can attack with either side, either top hand or bottom hand, right? See, as you come down, attack with the bottom hand, right?
Right.
Okay. Or you can start by attacking with the front hand. He's going to oppose you. Then you attack with the bottom hand. Right? And that's the future fighting concept, that your initial move or moves are just probing. How does he react to you?
Right.
Then you take that energy he gives you and build on it. Right. Good.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm going to get it started. You guys take turns. Just agree among yourself, what are we doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Work on that, okay?
Cool.
All right.
All right.
So that
Okay.
kind of looks funny, all right? Yeah, that's
You're right.
yeah, most people
think we're doing.
what is that?
Transitions.
This only exists in,
Yeah, so
there was
there's
no other art in the world
two
has
versions to work the
this one was
drill.
a genius.
She's out right.
It's incredible how much this, how
The
deep this stuff
attacker
is.
initiates.
Not only from hand strikes
From
from
there,
there, it also
You
goes
go
to lock and
into
throws and
whatever, however you want to finish.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so you stay where you are, okay?
Or switch. Right,
Okay.
so attack.
All right, so he lifts,
Attack.
sink, hips out,
Right.
The
Just
view.
from.
a little more,
From excess.
Change, you go to
open,
Yeah.
Whoever
and
says
then-
the change does.
Little
it.
white.
Yeah, and then the other version.
yeah, and then close.
The attacker initiates, but the attacker
Yeah.
for the
It's a
drill
little-
lets
Still a little too narrow.
adapt
'Cause you're taller than I am.
the initiation to finish.
Your base should be bigger.
The person that initiates the change,
Lift.
the defender actually does.
Sink.
After you initiate the change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll
close.
initiate the change, but he'll.
Very good.
Attack,
You know?
right? Instead of
Yeah,
initiating the
perfect,
change,
just like
attack.
that, yeah, it's just
So
like
as long as
that,
we're
perfect.
clear which one we're
Okay.
doing.
Locate your center line,
And then make the loop.
imagine this line,
Right, exactly.
with this
So which one?
piece of glass,
The person doing the
separating line,
change does
okay?
the attack first.
I guess
Simple
so.
line, Brian.
Yeah.
I
Remember
want
the line
you to
we're talking about?
see if I can-
So we'll.
There are only two
so I
lines,
guess the as is
two
version.
lines in the world,
Little slower.
either straight or curved.
So.
And you can create those two lines, he also can create those two lines. He either attacks you with straight lines or curved lines. Okay, that's it. A hook will be a curved line. A jab and a cross will be straight lines, right? Uppercut can be curved or straight, depending on how compact it is.
Yeah,
This is straight,
yeah.
so that's curved, okay?
So it's open and then-
Same thing, hooks can also be straight. Or looping, right, looping will be curved. This will be straight, okay? So there are only those two lines. So he either throws a straight line at you or curved lines. You just think of your arm
So,
As-
two.
Yeah.
as
So.
a knife or a sword.
This way.
You cut it. Okay? You cut it. You just cut the line. So when it comes to defense, you cut his attacking lines. When it comes to offense, you cut his lines.
Different one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's deal with a straight line first, okay? So he's coming straight at you, aiming at your center line. And the reason this is because if he doesn't aim at your center, the attack lands anywhere other than the center
I
line.
guess it's free, right?
It is only partial impact because your body voluntarily or involuntarily is going to adjust. Okay, but a straight line into the center line is a full impact. Okay, so that's why you care about this. And he's coming at you with this straight line created by his arm. you want to cut
Right.
it.
You're catching it this way, or catch
Yeah.
by the elbow.
First, we'll talk
and
about
go-
your
Maybe
line,
catch by
which
the
is
elbow,
circular
right?
line, okay? So, this represents the trajectory. Okay? Give me my center line. I'm using a curved line to shape like this. Okay, and same thing. And the destinations of your hand are the corners. This allows you not to overdo it.
That's on one side.
So what you do is,
That's with,
if my left hand is protecting my left
no,
upper
there's a
box,
switch.
I want to go to my right
That's switching, but
corner of the right box slightly.
because it's here.
That's how you cut it.
Here, this.
Because if I don't go
Right.
from my left side to my right side,
Just say I'm attacking
I'm
over
not.
that top.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So just go slightly
So I
over.
want to try to.
Okay, this is why we say everybody does the same thing, whether you're karate or
you wanna-
you see this.
Let's look at reactionary.
Same thing.
Reactionary, yeah.
Okay, you see it. Everybody does the same thing. It's just called them different. That's why we don't call these things techniques. Right. Okay, that's the outside block. Okay, that's the inside block. Right. You're just using the arms to cut the line, but because
Here.
the people learning karate or other were not given this concept. They're memorizing the technique. Okay? So we just say, cut a line.
You're gonna run into a trap.
Cut
I
it.
did.
So when you practice by yourself, you imagine you're cutting yourself. Because your center line extends,
What if you-
right? I'm cutting it.
Or what if you're
Cutting
one
it.
side?
Right? Center line, up and down. It's this way. So you say, I'm going across, I'm going across. And I would do no more than stop. It's like these two sides are the walls. Next to the walls. And your arm will go outside. That's as far as you go. Because there's no need to go any further. Anywhere outside the box is
Waist.
yes,
Waist
waist.
side grab.
So you want to imagine,
Yeah.
stop,
Or inside grab.
Stop.
Yeah.
stop, and stop, okay? So just, and that's when you use your core. All right, so the first thing we're going to work on is a shape called tansa. Tansa. T-A-N-S-A-O. Just means palm up hand. Okay. You hear the word sa a lot. Sa just means hand. It's a Cantonese, it's a Chinese dialect pronunciation of hand. Okay. So tansa just means palm. Facing up. So that's the first shape we're going to practice. Okay, so lift, sink, open, hip out. Okay, your shoulders not this way, but kind of slump a little bit, slouch. Okay, concave the chest, relax the shoulders. Imagine your self-center line right here. Okay, and from your left side, we're going to work on the concept of repeating. Repeating just doing the same thing with the same hand over and over again. Okay? So now you imagine this box turns into a three-dimensional box.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I mean, I think
So this is where the top goes.
Oh, can I get
And
it?
this is the front. This is the side. Therefore, you have a corner right here, right? So you want to go slightly over to the other side of the center line and end.
Oh, you want to switch over?
That's it.
he's got a show top.
Oh, you got a nice shoulder.
I don't think
So
it
it's a
matters.
little bit bigger than your 90-degree angle. It's about 110. Okay?
So you're left.
Yeah.
See the other one. Oops.
So you see your arm here? Yeah. Rather than shoulder. Okay. So you see it's like this. Your elbow and your shoulders. Like this. Yeah. Rather than this way.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Exactly. You will get used to the box, that invisible box. Okay. Okay.
Shoulder tells me where we were.
Good, right there. Okay. And memorize this angle. It's a very magical angle because other shapes are going to be based on this angle. Okay.
Oops.
All right. And you trace the line that you went out with,
So fine.
and trace it.
Then you should come back.
Okay.
Nah.
Right. Okay. You should relax. Okay. And when you go out at this point, I want your arms to be relaxed. not tense.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, just relax the hand, hip the elbow more.
Here. Yeah, I want to run
Okay,
this
I'm gonna
one.
count, okay? Just do it slowly and deliberately,
That's gonna
and
work.
make sure you really go outside, right?
Let's try this way.
And your hand is just great.
I wonder how I stop that. I come in this.
Well, you know, it's starting to make
Down.
things easier. Talk about lungs.
Bend one more.
Bomb cell.
Yeah,
Can't really bomb cell this there.
Bomb cell this one.
that's good, okay?
Yeah.
And 2.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what to do with this one. I'm on the outside. I gotta cover
Right.
this area here. And I'm not sure.
Okay, come back, rush. Just help, okay? 3.
Oh, I just come across this way, right? Oh, there, that's one. Come across this
4.
way.
Yeah, so I make sure.
Don't rush, don't
Yeah,
rush.
don't let this one out.
Okay. If you can see the shoulder, yeah. So that's why every martial arts school has a mirror.
Yeah, but I feel like I've been here.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta go real fast. Okay.
Hold on. Don't rush, okay?
This has to go straight.
4.
This one.
Like while you step.
This step in this way. So this
Give you
one.
leverage.
Oh, I see.
5.
I just gotta
Come back.
across.
6.
Yeah.
A little higher.
I got the wrong
Right.
foot there. Oh, sorry.
7.
This is has to
You
run.
should go over to the other side of the center line. 8. Okay. And one more thing you don't want to do is, remember we are about
finish this door from doing this door?
like this, it's inefficient.
Oh,
If you went down, you would come up. Just,
Don't exactly just scream.
right, our thing to say is that you take off what you left off. If your hand is here, you go from here. You don't want to dip first, just go from where you are, see your destination. That's why I say do slowly. So
Oops.
see
Here, let me
the
do this.
line, rather than a line like this.
I know how to set it up that way.
Going up, curves
So
around,
initiate your
okay?
attack. And step in with.
And
So then I just
gradually
Yeah,
focus
so that- yeah.
the contact point, your wrist.
Oh, yeah. Pow, right there. Huh?
Just imagine. Sorry for a second. So, just imagine, either punching this way, which is what we like to do, or punching this way, doesn't matter.
I think it's
Okay.
something else I can
The
do.
contact point is,
What's the other options here?
Let's see, you can go,
okay, throw the other hand.
like switch it back to this way.
Oh, yeah. And my motion would be as you go in to do that,
Okay, I'm not doing,
try to catch you here.
I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is go ahead,
Yeah.
stop at the corner. This is all I need. That's all I need. Okay? So, boom, so like, stop, okay? Thank you. Now. Bend your knees, get out, open.
So you can use, you can teach your pride with it, because you know.
This will take some time to get used to. What you don't want to do is this.
We did it.
Okay, what's this motion here? Like this.
When your hips are out, stay out.
You
Stay out.
any
Right?
point here,
Hips are
you know
out,
what I mean?
stay out.
Here.
Okay?
Like,
I come here.
because you know I'm gonna.
You know, it's
Yeah,
very
so I
interesting.
Oh, I see, yeah,
So
I
it's
can come
very
right
simple,
here and
yeah.
actually come in here.
Learning from China is
Or
like
you
trying
could
to
just lock this
get
one.
to
as
know
a
your
trap
body
lock.
all over again.
Just
You know, myself included, think, I live to be this
I hear
old,
you.
I know
Oh,
my
I
body.
just pull it down.
Then I realized how little I know, because you take everything for granted. You don't realize what the body's doing, but this allows you to focus on everything you're doing. All right, my hip needs to be out, I make sure my hip can do this, but still my hip needs to be out.
So I'm
Okay,
gonna
so-
try that here.
Become very aware of your body, okay? Okay, so let's work on the right side, okay? Same thing, see the line and where it's going. Okay? Ready? Chamber, please.
One. That one.
Good. Slowly come back. 2. 3. Okay, you dip a little bit.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
4.
Alright.
Don't rush. And come back. You want to be aware of where the line is as you go out
Ooh,
and
nice.
where it is when you come
Go
back.
right into the pop.
Just the line is to come in.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can defend as you go out, you can also defend as you come in. Right? Just one more time, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Gotta do
You
something else.
strike it with this hand, okay, as I go out.
Step in, right?
You start with the other hand, as I come in. It's okay.
I was
Back, right?
reaction.
Center line, right? As I come back, see how I come back? I'm still going away from the center line. Eventually, I'm doing this. I'm still using the same line. The shape of my hand changed. It's the same thing. I'm doing this. Okay, again. Okay, see that's the same line I'm using. Yeah, ignore the shape of my hand, okay? Because eventually the shapes don't matter. If you remember Bruce Lee's movie, Enter Dragon, Master Han, right? Remember he had a fake hand? He will take it off. It's the same arm. It's just different tools. So the shapes.
Also, right. So right here,
Okay, but the shape, it's the same. Same line that you're using to go out and come back. Yeah, I'm doing this. Alright? So this, and come back. This is the corner, right? So this is the center. Defend as one hand, come in as another hand. Right? Thank you. So our way is a very different approach. Really understanding what we're doing. About the movements. Rather than, remember this technique. Okay, this is upper block. This is inside block. This is outside block. This is double block, okay? It's simplistic. Just remember the technique, not understanding.
So you'll come over like you're gonna do this.
Where they came from, what kind of
Chop, sorry.
Catch it. And to them, to those people who teach and learn techniques, one thing is for one thing only. It can never be something else. So when they say, I'm doing this, it's a defense. It will forever be a defense. It can never be an offense. Now we say, Big Brother said, if you can use that to defend, you can use that to attack. Right? If I can defend this way, I can use the same thing to attack. Defend, attack. Intentions drive actions. Okay? Right. So, right away, we are really getting into the rather than just memorize the technique. I'm doing this against that. Doing this against this. It's a line. It's a line. So it depends on how I use the lines up to me.
It seems like an efficient way to see that you're having your sandwich.
Right. There's a couple of reasons. A lot of people teach the way they are taught. I'm just giving you what my teacher taught me without filtering. No. And that's what we call a lab time. You need to do a laboratory to really look at it, filter it, let it percolate, separate. Okay. So, as we did, as I mentioned before, anything we do twice is a cheat. So, we use the left hand over and over again. We're using the left side. Then we do the same thing with the right side. But now we're doing left, right. Left, right. Again, thanks to the Big Brother, you have switching, okay? So what we're doing is lift, sink. See how I exaggerated? Right. Don't be afraid to lean backwards. Yeah. You'll be comfortable. Eventually you find a point that you're comfortable without feeling you're tipping over, okay?
Before this, you want to keep it neutral.
Oh, this doesn't open up yet?
That's like the last.
Right. Make sure you have not too big.
So come here neutral.
Yeah, and then step to the right.
And then
Okay,
just
center line.
step in this.
Now we start with the left. So you go left, retrace the line,
But I could open you up.
right,
And I
retrace the line. And do it slowly, so make sure
I guess
that
they both get.
you don't use the shoulder. Either this or this, right? This is too much. This is too
But it
big.
shows the neutral.
No, but if you go too far, he can run.
That's true, kind of. Maybe I don't want to go up too
So,
much.
to prevent you from rushing it, I'm gonna count. Okay? Yes, right? So you do it after my count, okay? 1.
Oops.
Okay, very good, okay?
We do
And
it.
stay there, okay, and look. Yeah, very good. And back. Okay, trace the line. You come back. Trace the line. Yes. 2. For now, for now left.
Yeah.
Okay. And retrace the line. 3. Back. Over just a tap more. 4. Yes.
Oops, sorry.
Five.
Now I'm all screwed up on this
Okay,
box.
retrace the line. 6.
What was I trying to do?
Back.
Oh. Trying to catch.
7.
Now that's my opportunity to try to catch her.
8.
Very good. Just need you to put some
9.
striking shirt colors down.
Retrace the line.
Oh, yeah, dropping out on this one.
10.
Like one, so.
Very good. Come back. Now we repeat the right side. 1.
Because if you give me a lot of focus with this strike,
Good.
then your reaction is to then you
Come
can
back.
you can
Trace
step
the
in and
line.
strike with this.
2.
Right around.
Trace the line.
Or
3. Good.
Oh, right, I can pull right on this side.
4. Back. 5.
Come here. Right on this side. Grab this one.
You should join us. 6.
And also, they should
Very
pull
good.
off.
Come back.
That's a great time.
7.
Why'd you punch?
Very good. Come back. 8.
because essentially.
Because if you
Come
could,
back.
if you could catch there, you
9.
could just, oh, so I'm sorry, as it comes down, it's a great
10.
wedge punch too.
And back. Very good. Now we're going to do switching, okay? Just start with the left. 1.
Oops,
On the
I'm
inside.
down, so
It's
this
just
way.
guy. He jumps
Right side. 2.
on it.
Very good.
Same concept. You just go.
Oh,
Three.
this way,
Yeah.
oh, so I can feel like it's open.
Back.
Yeah.
This way.
4.
Okay. I'm starting to feel this stuff a little.
5.
Seems like it.
Uh-huh. 6.
So right there, you follow the energy.
Oh, I didn't do that.
7.
Just, your arm showed, do you want to get in or you
Yeah,
guys?
we can.
Yeah, why don't you jump in?
You do that.
Back. 8.
You want to side of the one?
Back.
Oh.
9.
Yeah, that's it.
10.
You work on something, I'll just kind of go that.
Very good. Okay, we'll take a break. May I offer you some water?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Are you sure? Yeah. I have bottled water, really?
It's okay. We're good.
in the car.
Yes,
Thank you, though.
Oh, you are? Oh, a good habit to have as someone attacks you. So let me be you, okay? We were this side,
And
okay?
you do.
Okay? You come in, right? Yeah. Stay
Oh.
connected,
Oh, okay, follow it in.
Yes.
So,
because that allows you to do this. As he comes in, eventually, you can do cow stop.
okay. For the drill, you let him image it.
Of course, but you, yeah, you, too much, yes. With the wedging,
Yes.
you wanna just move the arm, because it doesn't take a lot to move the arm away from the center line, okay? See, this is where your center line is, right here, right? That's it, that's all you need. So that would be too excessive. Plus, you want to alert him. He's coming in, yeah, right? So you just want to go forward. Yeah, it's like that. So you're all you need, and then you just use the angle. Right? It's intention. So just because when you go from bounce to tanza, the nature of the movement already suggests you're going sideways. We artificially force the energy to go forward by drilling, doing the drilling movement, corkscrew, okay? See, here, I'm going this way. But it doesn't take much to turn sideways. So you don't want to do this. You just want to do, yeah, see it? So you're not telegraphing. Forward energy, please. Very easy to divert the energy. So you do this just now, okay? You just use your footwork.
Footwork does most of the way.
Exactly. So you don't have to go 1 and then 2. So as you turn sideways, you step.
Oh. Okay?
And of course, that's sticking. That's the name of the game because it's called chisa, sticking hands. You want to constantly think about staying with his arm.
Very good. Thank you.
Welcome. Remember, good form. Good form. Try not to do it too fast. Good form. Right.
Pull it into me.
Follow. Same thing. Coming to attack just like you did. Right, same thing.
And I want to follow him on the outside.
Yeah, let me show you. So he's on top. His left, right hand's on top, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, because eventually he can put that, yeah. You can just turn to this.
All right.
Because you're used to sticking. Okay. Yeah. Because that came from this. Just because you're on top doesn't mean you don't know this, you're not familiar with this, right? See, when he comes into attack, what is he doing? Elbow down, right? Right? Okay, so one more time, right? So when he comes in to attack, he's doing elbow down, right? So, and you're very familiar with elbow down, right? So, one more time, right? So when he comes in, oh, elbow down. I can just,
Yeah.
right? But you also know elbow up. You can trap the elbow, you can also trap the wrist, right? Wrist and elbow, right? Same thing. As it comes in, oh, I'm sorry, it's on top, right? If he still comes in this way, just like he did before, right? Right? You're still attacking this way.
Yeah.
This is because we know how to do this. Without looking. That's the sensitivity. As long as your arm is connected to his, you can sense the movements from him. You can sense the intentions. So you can catch the arm not before or after. Just as. And that as the transitional stage we practice all the time exists. The concept is so important because not after, too late. If I were to scoop, he goes into bounce already. So it is as he goes into Tansao, not after.
Catch it as is.
Too late. As he goes into it. Same thing, he does it, see? He does it as I go into it, not after.
So you have no opposing
Right,
force.
right.
You're following his action.
Exactly. So you also see the attack right here. I'm just using bounce out, focus, shift from my forearm to my elbow. Intention to drive your action. Every move you make is an attack. This is the aggressive mindset of Wing Chun Man. It's all about the attack. Even when you defend, you're attacking. Nothing is more powerful than this concept. I'm defending, but I'm really attacking you. You see, right? So to other guys, defense and offense are two separate categories. Defense is strictly for defending, attack is for strictly. We say we do both because we're greedy. Right? So the best way for him to defend against my attack is go straight in, like this. Say I'm attacking him, right? Right? That's all he has to do. Simple, efficient, and direct. So forget about defense. I'm just going to attack you. Because the way we attack, we employ all of our joints. So he's attacking me with his hand, while his elbow is controlling me. Let's understand the joints. Okay, one more time. Look at what he does carefully. Okay, and notice the placement of his elbow. I move his arm away from the center line. I'm coming in. Look what happened to my arm. Physics. No two objects can occupy the same space at the same time. My object is trying to occupy his center line. He retakes his center line by squeezing me out. Now imagine the genius of this nun. 300 years ago, she figured this out. He said, forget, I'm a woman. I'm not going to win in a strength contest. And I don't want to go for 5 rounds. I want to make sure I take care of business within the first few seconds. This is what we do, okay? So eventually that concept translates into the aggressiveness like this. Rather than using punch to break my nose or cheekbones, he just said, I'm going to cut him. Cut his throat, okay? To cut off the blood flow, the oxygen supply, okay? The same thing right here, right? Oh, sorry, I'm on the bottom, top, right? Go like this, and he just go. Same thing, right? Straight line, okay? Good job. So because you don't do that, because it's a drill. You want your partner to feel what it's like to go in. But you don't want the drill to be one-sided. You want to make sure that you are also learning. By doing these some little things that only you know what you're doing. On the appearance, you're helping him to come in. You're not, just maintain contact. So when he's on top, right? So when he comes in, I just, you know, oh, I'm sorry, one more time, right? Let's just do that. Okay, on the bottom, right? Same thing. You go. Just stay making contact. Neutral. Or even this way. It comes down. So you still get a sense of the attack point, which you actually are controlling. Because all you have to do is push towards the center line. Okay. You know? Plus, you already got that. Okay? All right? So, because everything is directed toward the center line, which makes everything so simple. Center line. When I attack, the center line. When I defend, I move his arms away from my center line slightly. That's it. Right? From the bottom, right? Concept. When you have that concept, even though you're just defending, right? Attacking. Cutting the center line. This is what makes you grow by leaps and bounds. Because you're not just learning one technique. How do I do against that? Forget about that. Just go toward the center line. Simple. Simple. Because if you reoccupy your center line, his object coming towards the center line is going to be diverted. Right? So that's why when he throws a straight punch, I don't do this. Oh, that's too wasteful. I'm so open. All I have to do is, that's it. Just sliding away from the center line. This is what we're doing, okay? That's the concept. Not just, so we don't just see the shape of the tansa. So he comes in here to occupy my center line. And I just say, okay, I'm just going to cut his line slightly. That's all you need, right? So we don't do this. Come again. Right? Because two things. We want to recoil very fast. So when he comes in, we're going to use your future fighting on me. Okay? Because my job is not, my goal is not this. My goal is this. Always. Okay? And of course, you can also use the 1B fighting with the one arm. When he throws a punch, 1B fighting. Right? Because your elbow pushes on the way, or your fingers point towards the eye. Again, the ball fixes. My object pushes his object away. Okay? And this is everywhere as you do. Okay? But when you throw the future fighting concept in, it's a different matter because you do something intentionally to get his attention and his reaction. Just like what he was doing. He throws a punch, and he's waiting for me in the future. As I try to deal with that, okay? Same thing with double cheese up. right? So this is not the real one. This attack is not the real one. He doesn't know that because he can't read your mind, right? Right? So that's the real one. Because the concept of future fighting is the speed of your attacks needs to be a moderate speed for him to see it. If he sees it, he's going to defend against it. That's the trap. If he sees it and then you don't continue on because he sees it, that means your attack failed. Okay, so when he throws a punch, nice defense. He's not going to continue the path anymore. He sees this thing coming. He's going to change course. Okay? But this is learned by doing this. Just actually making contact. Comes in here, again, and then one day he says, no. Well, repetition, that's knowledge. Because we humans only react a certain way. There are only certain ways. And it's predictable, whether your attacker knows or not. It is predictable to you through training. Okay. So when he throws he throws a straight line towards me with his left. I can do this. I can do this. Right? I can do this. I can do this. Right? So let's say most commonly people go try to push your arm sideways. We go boom, here's one way. Boom, here's one way. Okay, okay. Now, when he shadows me, he's gonna go take his energy to his right side, to my right side. When he uses his rear hand, he's gonna go to my left side. That's already determined by you. So there's no surprise. And the way you get there is by throwing the lines at your fellow student time and time again. Okay, so that's the first step. Learning the results rather than predicting the results.
If you're in the spontaneity of a street fight, I would, just to guess, I would guess you would only probably even think about future fighting if you think you're going against someone who was well trained.
No, future fighting is not
I'm
something.
not going to sit around and sit there and do 2 probes and see
Oh,
what
no,
he's
no,
going to
future
do.
fighting
I'm
is
just going
not-
to take my chances. And
Exactly.
go at it.
Future fighting is a concept which can be used at any given time. But you don't want to use it initially because the guy has all his wits about him.
And more if you're more broken up and then it's on and you know it's on.
Right.
Not
That's
spontaneous.
That can be hidden anywhere.
Yeah.
Remember, you can. So for example, we're going to a lobster grill. Remember, I think I talked about this before, right? Boom, he's going to, right? He's always, right? He has to, because otherwise his neck gets cut, right? And I'm doing this, right? He has to defend against, otherwise his neck, right? Right, so I can delay this. I can, that's the next step, right? The follow-up, right? 1, 2, right? 1. Okay, but you don't have to do it right away. You can hide it on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 6. Okay, so you can just make it happen anytime you want to. Especially when you're in a cheese-out or a lops-out situation, which happens a lot because you don't just dance around. Once you get in, you're getting into that tug of war situation. In fact, some people go in and just screw this team.
So they're trying to take you down.
Well, yeah, because he wants to manhandle you. And that's welcome to my world, really. Because if I'm both on top, he can deal with me. Right? If he's both on top, then he can also attack me. Right? If I'm on top, same thing. Right? Doesn't matter. Right? So that's why the cheese up allows you to understand these 4 options. Both hands on top, boom, right there. Right? Doesn't matter which hand. Right? Both hands on bottom, right? Same thing. Same thing, right? One hand on top, one on bottom, same thing, right? Right? It doesn't matter. Because you know that by doing this over and over again, the four possibilities, both ends on the bottom, right? See? Just do half change. End up with both ends on the bottom. Right? Okay, so I'm both ends on top. Right? And they say, well, I go switch or repeat. Right? So from here, switch or repeat. Repeat. Switch. Right? So, all right?
Fun stuff.
Have fun.
All right.
Oops. It was like, there we go.
Let's take all our notes first.
Okay, now what are we doing now?
So you can see that it's a very different way of fighting.
I don't want to practice.
And you're so used to someone holding on you, pulling you, pushing you, doesn't even phase you anymore. Okay. So since this is a sensitivity training, what Chiso does is it heighten, sensitize your body and desensitize your mind. So nothing phases you. You can grab that. Before we move on, I want to point out 6 joints that
Which one am I going to go?
each one of us has on our body. Okay? Your shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, and ankle. So you have 6 joints on each side of the body. So every human being, now let's say 3 arms, has 12 joints. So most of the time, when someone grabs you, you panic. Because, especially someone bigger, you feel like I lost control. But I want you to think, he has 1 joint. I have 11 joints. Why should I? Okay. Very empowering. So he grabs my, right? I have these 2 joints here. And the woman's part is all about leverage. So grab really tight and so hold me down. You know, yeah, okay, right? Yeah, like see? It takes very little because I'm using leverage. Okay. Plus, he grabs. This is the last thing you want to do. Let go. And watch. Right?
It's much easier.
Yeah, because I say that many years ago, Bruce Lee said when someone grabs me, I just hit him. Because I have the other hand available. Right? But people are drawn, I lost control of my body. But it's only 1 joint. You have 11 left. You can kick him, you can headbutt him, you can do anything. Right? In fact, when someone grabs you, it is like you grab him. Because until he releases that hand, he can't kick against you. Exactly right. That's what power is, knowledge is power. Once you give him that concept, you say, okay, I just kick you. I just poke your eyes, right? You just can't take me anywhere, right? Because men, being big and stronger, tend to manhandle the weaker. Big guys, they don't even bother touching you because you're a little kid. I'm 6'5". I'm 7. Right? So that's the Manhattan. But you don't need to be afraid. That false sense of security on their part is going to be their downfall. Sure. Right? So again, we understand the body. Okay. So remember, you learn nothing else. Remember, you have 12 joints. Then you have 4 limbs. You did 1 limb.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Good. All right. And lift.
All right.
Sink.
This is the same thing after.
Keep the feet together. Yeah. Right. Okay. And open. Yes. And open. Very good. Heels out a little more. Perfect. Imagine the top of your head is the tip of the pyramid. That's time. I know it goes out really fast. It had fun. Yeah. Hopefully I'm entertaining as well.